Let's everybody get ready. This is season 6. Going to talk about everything that's going on with El Rebaño Sagrado. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America and all the Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe. All you mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from the Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Welcome everyone to season 6. I got lost there a second. I was so excited. Welcome everybody to We Go Chew Live. ¿Cómo estás, Gaby? ¿Cómo estás, Alfredo? Season 6, my people.
I know, right? Crazy. We've been doing this for almost 3 years. So excited, so grateful to be back here bringing you the latest information regarding Chivas. Chivas Femenil, Tapatío, everything you need to know about Chivas is right here, my friends. And if you are new here, welcome everybody. And also remember that this show is created especially by Chivas. As you can see right here, we are official for all our Chiva hermanos that live outside Mexico. And for whatever reason, they speak mostly in English. They want to know everything that's happening and what's going on with Chivas, right? And this is our way to get closer to them and bring them closer to Chivas. So again, welcome everybody to We Go Chew Live, Season 6, Episode 1. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva hermanos. Very excited. Back with another season of We Go Chew, back for Apertura 2025. We'll be discussing about the team the other day, about the debut on Saturday already, also getting deep into what will be the upcoming match against Atlético San Luis. We have some, of course have some reminisce about Crescencio Gutiérrez, rest in peace. We are also remembering the debut of a legend such as Carlos Salcido. Chivas Femenil is traveling to North Carolina and will play a new match of Tu Rebaño. We also have a very special guest regarding that, so stay with us. And without further notice, very excited to be here with you, Robert, with you, Gabi, with all the Chiva hermanos. I see some familiar faces in the chat. It's been a while, but it seems it was yesterday the last time we were together.
Time does not pass for you, my brothers. You guys keep getting younger, and I keep getting older and older. Don't forget also that you can connect with us via Telemundo, because that's our home, the other side of the border, my friends. Don't forget, before we get into our main topic, which is Chivas Femenil, we need to talk about what you just mentioned, Alfredo, which is the passing of Crescencio Mellone Gutiérrez. For those of you who do not know who he was one of the campeonísimos, the multi-champions, a legend of Chivas, one of the top scorers. I think he was the fourth of the legendary scorers of Chivas, and was a key figure during the club's golden era. He passed away on July 20th of this year, of course, at the age of 91. It looks like El Campeonísimo is getting ready, but up in heaven, they're coming back. And with that, we're talking about a loss, but we also have to talk about a debut. An anniversary of a debut, which was Carlos Salcido, who's celebrating his anniversary of debut on July 21st in 2001. You know that he's one of the most highly respected Mexican former professional footballers, and his great position was a defender. He's a Chivas legend. He also played for PSV Eindhoven and represented Mexico's national team in numerous FIFA World Cups. So one, a sad goodbye, and the others, a sad and mostly a celebratory mention to Carlos Salcido. So there we are. Gaby, te paso la palabra, my friend.
Me?
Yes, because we're going to move on.
Yes. So, yes,
talk
that is
about.
right, because we have exciting news, exciting information, and exciting content coming your way regarding Chivas Femenil. But first, let's take a look at Detrás del Rebaño.
No hay excusas. Si queremos ser un equipo grande, si queremos ser ese equipo que quiere ser campeón, no hay excusas. Ni la cancha, ni el pasto, ni me duele. Mentalidad ganadora. Mentalidad ganadora.
Welcome back. So yes, we are going to start this conversation with Chivas Femenil specifically. So what's happening is that Chivas Femenil is going to play next Friday, like this Friday, a friendly match against NC Courage, North Carolina Courage. This is a team from the National Women's Soccer League, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this. But this is a very exciting match ahead for Chivas Femenil, because remember that it's very important for our girls, for our team, to be playing with these international teams to get them that kind of play, right? Because it's kind of different. Just get out of the routine of Liga MX, and it's very important for them to travel and experience another kind of soccer, another kind of strategy, and just overall to travel, right? And spread the word, because we know that Chivas and Chivas Femenil, wherever they go, like, they're packed with fans everywhere. So this is going to be a very, very, very attractive match. So, my friends, what do we think about this? It's going to be a friendly match against North Carolina Courage. They're a huge team, actually. They're currently in the 9th position of the National Women's Soccer League, and they had like huge figures from the women's U.S. national soccer team. National Soccer League team. Yeah, the national team. And
Yes.
it's a huge opportunity right now for Chivas Femenil, and we're going to have a surprise shortly, right, Robert?
That's right. Hopefully, we will hooking up with Jake Levy, the communications manager for North Carolina Courage, and he's going to give us the inside look into the team. But anyway, what you might not know is North Carolina Courage is an American club that competes in the National Women's Soccer League, and they're based in Cary, North Carolina. It plays its home games at Wake Med Soccer Park and was founded back in 2017. It's won 3 consecutive Women's Soccer League shields, which were in 2017, 2018, and 2019. And they also have won the inaugural Women's ICC Championship and 2 league titles in 2018 and 2019. One of the things I want to talk to Jake about is I've heard, what I've investigated is that as Chivas, the North Carolina Courage develops talent from its youth ranks. So it's also faced with that sort of challenge that maybe we are facing here in Guadalajara, well, here in Mexico in general. Also, like you said, Gabi, the team is currently in, what is it, 9th place?
9th position, yeah, 9th place.
9th position, right? And it just beat the Houston Dash 2-1.
Yeah.
Was their last win.
And as you were saying, Robert, they are very aware of their academy. So that is something that we have in common. And it's going to be very exciting to see their youth players and our youth players develop in this kind of, again, it's a friendly, but nonetheless, it's going to be a huge match for both teams. I know, and this is something I also want to ask Jake later when we have him on the show, like, what do they think about Chivas? Do they know about Chivas as an institution? And of course, their women league, what it represents, not only in Mexico, again, because not because it's my team, but we know that whatever Chivas stands and it presents itself, it's going to be a packed stadium. There are going to be fans absolutely everywhere. So it's going to be interesting to ask him, like, hey, like, how much are you aware? Like, what? I'm pretty sure he knows, right? I'm pretty sure he knows what Chivas is, but like, how much do they know about the fan base and about the general culture of Chivas, right?
Right.
Chivas in general, exactly. Well, while we wait for Jake, why don't we start talking about our chingonas? Because now we got to say they are the super chingonas. After defeating both Atlético San Luis and Querétaro, we're in the top spot in the standings. So, what's going on here? It's like, what has Profe Contreras injected into these young ladies that has made the difference? ¿Cómo las ves? ¿Cómo las ven? Alfredo, you're real quiet, man. ¿Cómo has visto a nuestras chicas?
I've been waiting. Yeah, it's. I think that now that you spoke about Profe Contreras, it's he's already got some tournaments behind his back with Chivas. So I think that that's always important. In previous tournaments, we kind of had to get used to his idea at the middle of the season, at the middle of the tournament. Now, the girls had already absorbed his idea way before this tournament. I've also heard that the preseason was tough, hard work with a lot of time being put in. So I think that the conditions have presented themselves for Chivas Femenil to have a strong beginning of the tournament. We have, of course, some new girls that have came in. We have other players, for example, such as Yamile Franco, who is better, let's say, better used to this way of practicing, to this way of functioning. I see hunger. I see a strong competitive spirit. There we have on screen Jocelyn Montoya, who's back.
Yeah.
A winger with great speed, with great explosiveness, and I've also seen great defensive solidarity by the girls. So definitely a promising start for Chivas Femenil, and let's hope that things keep the way they are.
What did you think, Ali? I loved both matches, but what did you think when we compare the Atlético San Luis match and the Querétaro match? There was a difference. I think they played a little bit differently, but how did you feel when you watched them?
Well, first of all, I mean, it's an incredible feeling to start the tournament winning. And if you win twice as an away team, I think it's like twice as good. We are currently with 6 points. We are tied with another team just by 1 goal difference at the top of the table. And also, Robert, if you allow me the mention, Alicia Cervantes with 3 goals currently on week 2. So that's amazing. So I've been doing my research, and if I'm not mistaken, in 10 seasons that Alicia Cervantes has been with Chivas Femenil, at least in 8 starting seasons, like week 1, she has scored a goal. So that's very impressive from her, and she's doing her thing. Licha is like strong, and I think Jocelyn and Licha have this very great chemistry between them. Of course, also with Caro Jaramillo, we could see that since the minute Jocelyn came back to the squad, they were like so happy to be back together. Like those 3 players were so happy to be back together, and yeah, I think as a first like glimpse of what Chivas Femenil can bring to the table against San Luis and now Querétaro. Remember that we had a very strange weather situation going on in San Luis, and then we had a very strange field pitch in Querétaro, and fortunately it was not a factor. It didn't play against us, and we saw probably like not a very spectacular game yet. And I mentioned this specifically because I see comments of people like, hey, like, yeah, but it's not like super spectacular. Yes, but it's week 2. And of course, Antonio Contrez is going to still try to see what is like the best combination of players. We saw one lineup against San Luis and we saw another lineup against Querétaro, but nonetheless, it worked. The results are there. We had 2 wins. We have 6 points currently. Jocelyn Montoya is like she never left. Natalia Villarreal is doing amazing defensively speaking. We also saw Denise Castro. So overall, I think we have what we need to have a very good game proposal in this starting Apertura 2025. enough, yes, to take the win in both games. And let's just hope that it's going to continue this good when we go back to Estadio Akron for week 3. I'm sorry. And remember that this Friday they're going to face North Carolina Courage. That's going to be a good trial for them, right?
Totally.
Right. I was so happy to see Licha come back, especially because it was a rough season last. She was struggling a little bit with physical issues, but it was great to see her back. And just, ¿pa qué te fuiste, chinga? Why did she ever leave, man? I mean, she was so happy here.
She was so happy here. She had her process elsewhere. Now she's back.
Just got her.
Yeah, it's like that. I understand. I'm always happy when our players leave. I kind of get a little jealous. But I was so happy to see them back, and I agree. The three of them together is like magic, man.
It's magic.
Magic. Yes. It's magic. And I got to fill you in. I got operated on this, in the last couple, like a month, 3 weeks ago. And guess who operated on me?
Who?
Boy's uncle.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking. And Boy's uncle, yeah. Doctor Tío del Gol. I'm going to have to tell him that the next time I see him. So that was like such a small world. Yeah. Small world. But definitely, guys, the Chivas Femenil, they are marching fantastically. And I do see a difference with whom we have on the pitch right now. I love it. They look powerful, right? They look powerful, like Alfredo says. So what did El Profe Contrez have to say after the match? Let's see if he'll let us in.
Buenas tardes a todos. Bueno, hoy tocaba dejarse la piel en el campo, ¿no? Porque, pero vamos de equipo, ¿no? Yo, en España se dice, me quito el sombrero ante la actitud, el trabajo no solo de mi equipo, sino de los dos equipos, ¿no? Y evidentemente si tengo que resaltar algo, pues resalto por la capacidad por momentos ofensivas, la gana y el compromiso del mío, ¿no? Del que me toca, del que yo tengo que exigir. Le he exigido, he respondido, se ha ganado y hoy, y mínimo hasta el domingo, este equipo, después no sé si de 2 años, vuelve a dormir en lo más alto de la clasificación, primero, y eso es bonito, ¿no? Entonces se suma todo, y si eso añadimos que Licha vuelve a marcar, también tenemos la goleadora ahora mismo, por lo cual se unen muchos factores que nos hacen estar contentos, porque estos son los partidos en los cuales la temporada pasada nos dejamos puntos e incluso podíamos haber perdido. Muy buenas, pues eso, ¿no? Que al final, como tú bien dices, yo le agradezco, ¿no? Que valores así de buena, muy buena nuestra temporada, torneo pasado, ¿no? Y que al final el equipo pues sigue manteniendo pues, ese gen competitivo, esas ganas y por momentos también pues, ha añadido jugadores nuevas como el caso de Jocelyn, como el caso de Denise que debuta hoy y desde aquí darle enhorabuena, ¿no? Pues un sumatorio de todo, ¿no? Como decía la compañera, se juntan todos los factores y lo que sí me gustaría es que no perdieran esta hambre, esta ilusión, volvía a ganar y da igual las condiciones del campo, porque como sabéis, hoy se han podido jugar en distintos sitios y hemos tenido la buena y mala suerte de encontrarnos en un campo en que no estaban las mejores condiciones, no solo para Chivas, sino para las jugadoras de casa y Querétaro, y con el riesgo que ello supone, ¿no? Yo de aquí me voy contento porque no hay lesiones por ninguno de los dos equipos y porque mi equipo gana, porque las condiciones y el terreno de juego y muchísimos otros factores podían haber estado, y en este caso, pues, contento.
There you go.
Also, I like to add that, remember, guys, that last tournament we were speaking a lot about how Chivas Femenil was the best defense of the tournament, with only 10 goals allowed last tournament's regular season. Well, now we have reached 23 league matches in what we have of 2025, and we've only received 13 goals. So we've kept we kept clean sheets in more than half of the games, or around half of the games. Only 13 goals received in 23 matches across 2025, which is only 1 goal more than the ones we received by this time in 2022 when we lifted the title still unbeaten in Apertura, unbeaten goal in Apertura 2025 and unbeaten overall after 2 matches. So very pleased to have that this strength in the back. It's not only something of today, of right now, but it's something that has been coming along, and that the team, feels itself safe.
Of course, that confidence that a great defense builds in everyone including us, right? Especially us. I think that especially us, that's what a great defense builds for you. Great numbers there, Rafael. Thanks for that, my friend. Hey, we have a visitor.
We have a visitor.
I think we have Jake
There he
Levy or Levy, my friend. I'm sorry. Is it Levy or Levy?
Levy, you're fine. Good to meet you all.
Good to meet you, Jake. So how are you, my friend? Nice to meet you from a distance. Thanks for agreeing to meet with us a little bit. You're our insider. Hopefully you're going to feed us some secrets to know how we can beat North Carolina Courage. So what's going on, my friend? What's the feeling over there in North Carolina?
Oh, we are so excited to have Chivas Femenil come out to Wake Med Soccer Park, First Horizon Stadium on Friday. I think it'll be an awesome test for both of these teams. We're getting ready for it. We're enjoying it. The National Women's Soccer League, the NWSL, went on a hiatus this month while the Euros are being played across the pond. So the opportunity to play really quality opponents was extremely important for us. And the opportunity to play Chivas Femenil came up, and we're really excited about it. So it should be a great match on Friday. We can't wait to bring you all out, and hopefully you have some great fans that'll attend the match. And we know you have a strong fan base and great supporters, so hopefully they'll want to come out and support as well.
Oh, sure they will.
I'm sure they will. Jake, tell us a little bit about how North Carolina works with the youth academies, because that's something that we have in common.
Yeah, for sure. So the club itself doesn't have an official affiliated youth academy, but there is a North Carolina Courage Academy that's run by a youth club in town. And it's a massive club. The youth club itself has over 40,000 people that participate in it. They have a youth academy that runs from U13 through U19. And they do some really special things. We collaborate to put together a USLW, which is an amateur women's summer league team together. And they've gone to 3 straight national championship matches. And there's over 100 teams across the country that compete in this league. And those women have been to 3 straight championships. They won it last year. Unfortunately, they fell just short this year. The final was just last week. But a lot of those players come from the NC Courage Academy. There's some really exciting players. A name that comes to mind, like Laura Martino, who is playing for the U.S. Youth National Team. There's 11 players that play for the Youth National Team for the United States alone on that academy. So they're a big part of what we do. We look to continue to grow that. And I know you guys understand how important the youth program is to getting the top team to where we want to be down the road. So yes, we both very highly value the youth system and the path to pro, and we're constantly looking for ways that we can improve and work. And I don't know why my camera's flipped. You guys are looking the right way to me, so apologies on that.
Okay.
See, if I flip this way, see my head go sideways. So I don't know what's going on my end. But I am trying to come to you from my phone. So a little technical difficulties. I'm not looking sideways at you, I promise.
It's okay, Jake. And we were talking about this backstage before you came live with us. But I mean, this just came up between us 3. What does North Carolina Courage know about Chivas? Like, we have a huge fan base, not only in Mexico, but like literally all over the United States and beyond. We have fans from Australia, from Brazil, you name it. What is the knowledge that North Carolina Courage has currently of Chivas as an institution and Chivas Femenil?
Did you mention Australia? Because you can see the Australian rules football in the background there behind me there. Well, so first of all, I know you guys are off to a fantastic start to the season, 6 points and great goal differential. Congratulations on an awesome start to the Apertura. But no, the brand is massive. Knowing that, between Liga MX Femenil, there's some great synergy between the United States and Mexico in soccer. And I think it's just starting to grow in the women's space. I think Chivas has been one of the leaders in this front, right? You guys have played, what, 7, 8 matches against teams from the United
6.
States and well, then hopefully this will be number 7. And I was right on. But so you guys have a great history of playing against the United States and bringing this tough competition, and it's a fierce program. You've got a great brand, great fans all across the country, and that's the reason why we wanted to play against a team of this caliber and a club of this stature. So, knowing the individuals, not as much as we would like to. Hopefully, we get to know you a bit more over the next few days. But understanding the brand, understanding who you are, and being an inaugural member of Liga MX Femenil from 2017 all the way through, having tremendous success and having a standard of putting a really high quality product on the pitch.
Sure. It's incredible the numbers that you threw at me right now with the number of young players that are produced in the United States. It's just mind-boggling because we do have great numbers here in Mexico, but nothing compared to those types of organized numbers, Jake. That's incredible, man. Hopefully one day here in Mexico.
Yeah, the youth soccer system in the United States is awesome, and we're very, very lucky to have one of the biggest and brightest in our backyard in the NCFC Youth Academy, which runs a boys and a girls academy program, and we get some great opportunity out of that to see some young players up close and personal. Again, while we don't have an official affiliation between the pro club and the academy, it does create an awesome opportunity for training environments and some ways to collaborate on things. And then there's also 3 great collegiate programs in this region as well with Duke, UNC, and NC State. So all the different levels of soccer in the United States are right here in North Carolina. They play the college championship right on our home field every year, almost every year. So this is really a hotbed for soccer in the United States where we are, and we're really blessed to be a part of that and continue to help grow the game.
Absolutely.
Well,
And just one last thing, if we have still time, production, but I just want to ask, just between us friends right here, what should we expect? What is North Carolina's courage style? What should we take notes and be like, okay, so we just look out for this and that. As you may know, probably Chivas Femenil is very strong on their defensive strategy overall and not allowing too much goals. Right now, we have 2 weeks already played, and we have conceded 0 goals so far. So, what is if I had to take notes right now, what should we be aware of North Carolina's courage, strategic team game overall?
Well, I can't give you away my strategy, now, but what I can say is, since I've been with the club since 2022 and getting a chance to know our technical staff and see the brand of soccer that we put together, our team really prides themselves on playing a beautiful style of football. We're possession-based. We want to build passes. We want to connect lines. We want to create opportunities on the ground. We want to play with the ball. We're not a transitional team the way that maybe you see some of the other teams in the NWSL that want to punt and run. We really want to play a true style of soccer, and we get a lot of compliments all the time from other teams about how hard we are to play against because of our style, because of our shape, because of our dedication to playing the game what we believe is the right way. So I think all of your fans that come to the match on Friday night will see 2 teams that really do value playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, and it should make for a really, really fun evening of football.
I agree.
Well, that's a great invitation for everyone in North Carolina to run and watch, try to get tickets, try to find a way to get into the match, because I think it's going to be the first time we've ever met, and it's going to be one of those clashes for the ages. Jake, leading.
Yeah, we are accepting tickets at the walk-up. We're right in Cary, North Carolina. So if you're in the North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia area, come on out. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see how proud you are of the Chivas group. They're a great team that deserve their support, so hopefully you'll come out and see us and join us.
Jake, we want to thank you so much for sharing your time with us, my friend. Hopefully it won't be the first time. You're always invited. Everybody who's ever been on our show becomes an honorary padrino. That means you have to bring candies next time. Okay?
Okay.
You're an official godfather.
Hey, let me just say I love the setup you guys have here. This is such a great thing to do for the sport, and really appreciate what you guys are doing to help further the game and help bring it to the fans. So thank you all for what you do for the sport and for the club.
Thanks, man. That makes us feel so good.
Thank you
You
so
do
much.
well.
Thanks, guys. Take
Okay.
care.
Well, thank you, Jake Levy, my friends. Wow. So did we get the insider info that we needed, Gabi?
I think we are going to see a beautiful game. But what in his words, like they pass the ball, like they're like very fierce and very driven, and they are not as explosive as other teams. In his words, they try to conduct and pass and do this kind of. So I think it's going to be interesting to see. So I don't want it to sound intimidating or anything, but I think we're going to see a very good match between these two teams.
I agree.
And something that there's some things that Jake said that I can totally second that, and I kind of had some info before, which is of course the role of the collegiate athletics in the USA, and especially in soccer. It plays a big role. I would say it's one of the main differences between youth soccer in the US and between in Mexico. And also, we are definitely traveling to a hot place for soccer in the U.S. You know that Virginia, North Carolina area. That's where the strong teams are, and not, but also especially in youth soccer. UVA, University of Virginia. They've won titles before. Also, while I was living in England, I had a friend who from Asheville, North Carolina. He used to play for his university, and he was telling me, of course, how big youth soccer is in that part of the USA. So we're definitely into a big, cultural exchange to find out a little bit more about how soccer develops in that part of the country.
That's true. That's true. And that was a great point that he brought up all of those numbers and points. And it reminded me when I was a kid, that's what you get sucked into that kind of living and breathing sports. Okay, my friends, we're going to move on real quick, but my friends, we have Rojiblancas, which will be in the All-Star game against Barcelona Femenil. And that will be, of course, Blanca Félix and Caro Jaramillo. But don't tell anybody. This is insider information. Both of them will be part of the Liga MX Femenil's team against Barcelona Femenil. So we're going to have a Rojiblanco presence in the All-Star game. Before we move on,
Yes.
production, can you feed us the Detrás del Rebaño Varonil?
En este equipo hay que pelear siempre lo más alto, pero tenemos que ir paso a paso, porque para nosotros es muy importante que esas bases sean sólidas.
Y a muerte con mi equipo, a muerte, cabrón, a muerte. Chivas siempre.
¿Qué le vas a las Chivas y desde cuándo?
Le voy por mi abuelo, ya que mi abuelo era muy hincha de este club y pues nos inculcó a la familia de las Chivas.
Only one thing to say with our intro to the Liga, and that is, ay Dios mío, what happened to us, my brothers and sisters? Chivas showed a great performance, but the Lion came away with the lion's share. Mis amigos, ¿qué pensaron? What did you guys think of this match against León? Let's not start with the controversy, though, my friends. Let's
No.
not start with the
We
controversy.
don't talk about controversy here.
Casi nunca. There's almost never any controversy when Chivas is on the pitch. But hey, what did you think? What did you feel? Alfredo, what was your first impression of our Chivas?
So I think that the team displayed good football. I think that the team has absorbed Milito's idea pretty well for what they've been working together. I think that I was really pleased to see how the fan base reacted, how the Chivas fan base reacted, because I've seen that the Chivermanos appreciated good football by Chivas the other day on Saturday in León, and for me that's maybe the most important part, because in the past we've seen Chivas play well and maybe not get the result, and the fans maybe creating an environment a little bit harsher than what it should be according to what was strictly shown on the pitch, not necessarily regarding the result. But this weekend, we saw a good Chivas team who unfortunately lost the match, but in a good match by the team. But overall, a positive reaction by the fans. The fans actually support this way of playing, actually support so far Milito's methodology. And I was very pleased to see, after the game, in the Chivas account, fans with comments like, "Hey, we played well. Hey, it was fun to watch Chivas tonight. Hey, I'm excited to see the next matches by this team. Hey, I think that we can make something really positive out of this." So for me, that's everything. I believe that if we play like we played on Saturday, results will unavoidably come. And yeah, that's the environment is the environment around the teams, around the fans, social media, which plays a bigger role than what many may think. It's a positive one despite the loss, and that's a huge win for a club, for a fan base, for an institution overall, because it permits the team to construct calmly, construct peacefully, and it gives time to the team to eventually get the results.
Yeah, it gives them well, what you were discussing about how Chivas Femenil has constructed that atmosphere of confidence in the back, right, in the defensive quarter. And I think that's something that we've seen also from the friendlies, also to these couple of matches the last friendly against UDG and this match against León, we dominated. We dominated completely, but we lacked that clinical finish again, right, Gabi? Lo que hemos estado hablando.
Yes, and I mean, I have to agree and understand a little bit the fan base about this situation, because we had an incredible preseason, right? It was great. It was to the point. We could see what Milito was doing with the team. We could see our reinforcements integrate completely in the strategic, of our new coach. So it was good to see. We had like the championship situation. We had a couple of wins here and there, and everything was looking smoothly. And then we come to see week one of Apertura 2025, and we end up losing the game because we still lack that final touch, as you may say. We still need, like, it's a good game overall. We had like incredible 20 minutes in both halves of the game, and then what happened, and there were some situations with third parties that we're not going to get into very much, but unfortunately and ended like staining a little bit the game and all this drive that we had coming to the beginning of Apertura 2025, right? But again, as Alfredo was saying, like, this just sets the base to what's potentially coming. I mean, I really enjoyed El Cotorro. I really enjoyed Efrain. I really enjoyed Diego Campillo, like every single of our players. Remember that Richie Ledesma and Brian Gonzalez, they were from the start. They started in the lineup, and then we had subs. Diego Campillo and Efra came in, and we had like this incredible crossbar from Efrain that I swear to God, if that went in, I was going to run all the way to León and celebrate. Like, that was,
I don't know. I think that if it had gone in, then Escobedo would have marked a penalty or something, because
I don't. Oh my
it would have been offside, 3 hours ago.
It touched outside. I don't know, but I get the frustration of it's normal. Again, I wouldn't panic at all. It's just week one. We're going back to Estadio Akron previous to Leagues Cup. That is completely different conversation. But we're heading to week 2 shortly against San Luis. I know we sometimes talk about numbers and what is in our favor, and we have numbers in our favor against Atletico San Luis. But if we keep doing what we're doing, if we keep doing this, I think there's a lot of good points that Milito has, that the players have, like in general of the lineups, in general of what we are seeing. It's just that final touch, that final, the goal. And that has been a problem since like the last tournament. So I hope it doesn't, it's not as bad, because collectively speaking, I like what I saw.
Yes, I think that Chivas did invest well this year,
Yes.
And you could see it with Ledesma. I mean, Cotorro.
And I think the most important thing about that, Robert, to your point, is that it's players that we needed. It's positions that Chivas needs. And you can see that. I mean, Efrain, our number 10, for crying out loud, like that's what we needed, right? Cotorro, like Brian, Diego, like those, they're probably not like the biggest superstars, if you know what I mean, but it's exactly what right now Chivas needs. And I know it's easier to say, but please don't panic. Like, we are getting something, like it's working, right? It's just, unfortunately, again, we're not going to talk about controversy and stuff like that, but it is what it is. So we have to keep going and keep swimming, as somebody I adore says.
Just keep swimming. And you got to remember also, too, Chivas has also always had to play against 12 players on the pitch. A little bit controversial to talk about that, but I remember a coach of mine also said, you can't get hooked into, it's very stoic. Don't get into what the ref does. It's how you react to what the ref does, Why don't you just play the ball, be careful, put the goals in. If you put the goals in, the ref can't take away the goals. That's what we needed to do, basically. But Alfredo, where can we watch these guys, my brother?
Yes, so we're speaking about the second match. Yes, we're speaking about the second match of this Apertura 2025, officially match week 3, but it's going to be against Atlético San Luis at Estadio Akron. It's this Saturday, 5 p.m. Central Time in Mexico, and 6 p.m. Central Time of the United States. If you're in Mexico, the match will be on Prime Video, while if you're in the United States, we're going through the signal of Telemundo and Fox Sports. So Prime Video in Mexico, Telemundo and Fox Sports in the United States this Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Time of the United States, our home opener for this Apertura 2025.
5 p.m. Let's hope that the rain, Tlaloc, will let us play, because it's been raining around that time of the day. And it's not like that little cheapy stuff. It's like, all right, we're going to have to swim home. I don't know if you've seen any images from Guadalajara recently, but it's like El Lago de Chapala has taken over the city. All right, so it gets crazy. Okay, Chivas is going to win. I'm not going to push you guys against the wall and put you against a hard place, but what's going to be the score? It's a new pitch. We have new grass at the Akron, and we're going to move now into, before we talk to Cantera, I want to hear your numbers. Gabi, what's the score against San Luis?
The score against San Luis is going to be a 2-1.
2-1.
Obviously, Chivas. Obviously.
Chivas, of course.
2-1, yeah.
I'm going for 1-0.
1-0. You know that those are very conservative numbers, my friends. I'm going to go for a 3-0, and I'm going to say 1 Efra, 1 Piojo, and I don't know. I'm going to say Campillo because he's coming back home too.
Yep.
So it will be beautiful to see him on the pitch, hopefully. So let's do it. Let's do it. And talking about canteranos, let's talk about La Cantera. All right. That did surprisingly well, or not so surprisingly well, because we're becoming accustomed to our canteranos coming up with the good numbers. Alfredo, what can you tell us about nuestra cantera rojiblanca, my brother?
Yeah, so the under 19 has kicked off with positive results. The team won the other day by 4-1. So a good big shout out for the guys. Then we also have 23 who has this. There was this wonder kid of La Cantera if we're speaking about who started his way with Chivas with the under 19 with a hat trick actually against León. It was a 3-0 win for the under 19 Guadalajara team. Brandon Broxham, remember his name, he scored all the 3 goals of La Cantera of the under 19 against León. So the guy Brandon is 18 years old. He is a forward, and he has already disputed 94 games with La Cantera Rojiblanca. Has scored 25 goals throughout his Chivas career. So big shout out to Brandon Broxham. Keep him under the radar. Keep an eye on him because the kid is promising. We also have more information on the subs. We're speaking about the under 21 won by 2-1, and and as we were saying earlier, the under 19 won by 3-0.
Have you heard of Brandon Broxham at all, Alfredo? Had he come into your radar before?
No,
Brandon.
No, actually, no. What about you guys?
Nothing, but this 3-0, that's not easy, man, in the under 19. A hat trick that's something to brag about. Definitely.
Yes.
So hopefully we're going to see him next year, either in Tapatio or up here with the big boys.
Yes.
And talking about Tapatio, that Tapatio has preseason still. And Tapatio has been training. They are our Chivas reserve team, as you know, and they're continuing to prepare for the Apertura 2025. And they've had various friendlies. They played against the UDG, was their first friendly. They lost against UDG. UDG and Mineros and Tapatio have something going on, and Atlante. Those 4 guys, they're like BFFs, but they love to beat each other up. So 3-1 loss against UDG, and we had a 0-5 victory against Tapachula. So that's 3rd division, I think, now, isn't it? Or is that still 2nd division? Yep. And obviously we have an upcoming friendly. It's our 3rd preparation match. Will be against North Texas on Saturday, July 26th at the Toyota Stadium. Okay, they're going to be playing against North Texas SC, which is an American professional soccer team, which is based out of Frisco. And they are the reserve team of FC Dallas. And they're like the Liga de Ascensión for the United States. So a great challenge as well for El Tapatio. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what Tapatio is going to bring to the table this year as well. So what do you guys think, my friends?
Totally. Yeah, Tapatio, 5-0 win the other day. The guys will be playing in Dallas this weekend. So the kickoff of Liga Expansión is still a few days away, or a few weeks, but already 2 matches. It's been already 1 week since the first match of preseason. That 3-1 against Leones Negros. So we have Juan Pablo Uribe. We have Arturo Ortega on the bench. So let's see how this develops. It's been 6 goals scored, only 3 against for El Tapatío in its 2 preseason matches so far. And let's see how it goes in Dallas this weekend.
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to mention really quick that today at 7 p.m., the All-Stars game of Liga MX, and guess who's there? Piojo Alvarado. So guys, please, let's give him a lot of love because we have Chiva representation in La Liga All-Star game today, 7 p.m. And also talking about our upcoming game in El Estadio Akron for week 3 against Atlético San Luis, please be sure to follow Las Comunidades Rojiblancas. If you have a WhatsApp or Telegram, please download those apps and search Chivas. Join the chat, join the conversation, and you could be eligible to win tickets, experiencias rojiblancas, merchandise, and a lot more. So please stay tuned to Las Comunidades Rojiblancas.
There we go. And that's the beginning of season 6, my friends. So what's up? Are we going to be campeones this season? What do you guys think? This is for us. The 3 of us. We got to be. So we're the ones that are curados de miedo. Because we've been doing this 3 years now. And the 3 years we've been the believers. And the voice, the true voice, my friends, of the redes sociales in English comes from here. Everybody out there on the chat, so many people that are out there. I just want to say hi to Curtis and Marilu and everybody else, all the veterans. We have a little communication breakdown right now. So we're having trouble getting the lines out for you guys to come on the show and express yourselves. But don't forget, you can also participate on all our redes sociales. So everybody out there, thank you. Thank you for being part of season 6. We're out of here. It's almost time. We're getting hungry, and we want to get ready and make the botana for the match that's at 7 p.m. Watch El Piojo and start to think about big things, beautiful things for our rebaño, because that's what's going to happen this season. All you guys out there, have a beautiful evening. Production, everybody, muchas gracias. Nos estamos viendo. Be good.
Have a good one.